The LGBT Center is located on the second floor of Bowles House, so we share a space, or a house rather, with the Latino Center downstairs. I would like to think about the LGBT Center as a space where students can go to get their questions answered and their needs met. So if a student needs access to health services but doesn't feel comfortable going there on their own, we can connect them with someone in health services. If the student needs to write a paper that maybe has a queer focus or a queer theory focus, we can support them with getting resources from Tisch Library and connecting them with a librarian as well. Some of the resources that the LGBT Center has, we have a common space, so we have really awesome couches that are brand new. We recently got a makeover, so we've painted the walls. We have a new chalkboard wall, which we usually put our calendar on. We also have a conference room, so within the conference room, students are able to study, or student groups are able to meet or have meetings. There's also my office on the second floor. On the third floor, there is our library, and so usually with the library, students are able to pull out books and, study up there as well. It's a really nice study space. We also have a computer kind of lounge, so basically students can go in, they can print their papers, or they can look things up online. But unfortunately, because we're going to be physically closed this year, we won't be able to access those things, but that's something to look forward to when we do open again. So one of the other pieces that I think is very important when we're talking about identity, we have a lot of those conversations here. And it's really important that folks just know that identity is nuanced, it changes, and you do not have to label yourself as one or the other or something else in order to access the space. So we do also have a few groups, identity-based groups that students facilitate that are peer-led. So Queer Men's Group, Queer Women and Non-Binary Discussion, or QUAND. We have the Arrow and ACE space. We also have LOCSACA, so Loving Ourselves as Queer Students of Color in Action. We work very closely with the Counseling and Mental Health Center around our group called Transcend. So that's for folks who are trans or non-binary, or folks who are thinking about gender variance in specific ways. So some of the events that we host, we have a monthly crunch, so queer brunch, and so we bring in maybe faculty members, student organizations, or local organizations to talk about their work. We also collaborate with the Women, Gender, Sexuality Studies Department around a queer speaker. We do have a student organization that we're associated with out of the Office of Campus Life, so it is QSA, or Queer Students Alliance. They would bring speakers as well as have a really big drag ball at the end of the year. So they would invite drag queens from in other states, local drag queens, to have a party. So a really good way to get involved with the LGBT Center is to sign up for our newsletter. Make sure you're signing up, that you're going on our Instagram, that you're following us on Facebook, especially during this time where we don't really have the opportunity to be in touch with each other or be in close proximity around community. We have about 8 interns this year, and they are very excited to get to meet and support and advocate for the incoming students. It's important that students know that they have a voice here, and that if there's something that they see that they really want to change, or something that they think will add to Tufts as a community, they can advocate for those things, and it's important they know that we support them in it.